Hi, and welcome. The soundtrack that accompanied the opening of this video is called New Tomorrow. It's fitting because everything in this video series will focus on a macro perspective of time, the future of human spirituality, where the human spirit might be headed and why. If you are meeting me for the first time, my name is Carol Wimmer, and I like to describe myself as a person on a journey through time. This identity places me on equal footing with every other person who's on a journey through time, which is, well, all of us. My awareness of the clock, the key, and the net began more than 25 years ago. These three gifts open our eyes to universal topics of great importance: timekeeping, the use of language, how we communicate with one another, and also how we organize effectively. The clock, embedded in the text of Genesis 1, offers us a macro perspective of age-to-age timekeeping. It allows us to see that we are currently living at what is called the midnight hour, and that is a tremendous turning point in humanity's spiritual journey. The key, also embedded in the text of Genesis 1, offers us the language of the seven thunders, which is a common spiritual tongue based on the universal images of creation. The net, embedded in the story of the Exodus and the miracle feedings in the Gospels, offers us an organizational model that reflects the 144,000 mentioned in the book of Revelation. 25 years ago, the burning questions in my mind were, why don't we know about the clock, the key, and the net? I mean, they're embedded in Scripture. So what has prevented the church on earth from discovering them over the past 2,000 years? And why are they being given to the bride of Christ now, at this particular moment in time? Well, the answers to the questions are, it's pretty simple. Humanity wasn't ready to receive these gifts, but we are now. The midnight hour in age-to-age timekeeping is the turning point that makes us ready. So now is the time for the clock, the key, and the net to be unveiled. And that brings me to the most important aspect of this introductory video. You know, we need to define the bride of Christ. And Christians love to quote John 3:16, "For God so loved the world," but then staunchly defend the need to create insiders and outsiders. The institutional model of the church, as it has been established over the past 2,000 years, has not reflected the truth of John 3:16. The whole world, with all of her inhabitants, the entire earth, is Christ's bride. Christianity as a practiced religion does not own Jesus. It never did, and it never will. Because the bread of life, the light of life, and the spirit of love cannot be harnessed or limited to an exclusive group of people. The light of life lives within everyone. Also, Christianity does not own the Hebrew Bible or the Greek New Testament. Both are products that are in the world, sacred texts that are in the world. Both contain a myriad of stories that foreshadow a way to overcome the temporal condition of darkness, violence, and separation that has so far defined humanity's experience of life on earth. So I will begin this video series by talking about the foreshadowed spiritual condition of the bride of Christ at the midnight hour. We will discuss 3 loaves of bread at midnight, 5 young maidens in need of oil, the breaking of prison chains, a tumble from a 3rd-story window, and an impending shipwreck. We will also talk about an empty net, a hemorrhaging woman, a missing sheep, a lost coin, and a runaway son. Each of these stories foreshadows the very reasons why the institutional model of the church is presently dying to her image in the world, and why the bride of Christ is going through a transfiguration that will catapult the human spirit into a more effective future, her new tomorrow. So come and hang out with me for a while. There's a lot to talk about.